the 7 vile truths about trading and trading educator. Let's start with what the brokers don't want you to know. These are hidden secrets that the brokers keep to themselves. Technically, there's nothing quote unquote illegal in what I'm going to share with you in the next few slides. This is everything above board, with the exception that they are things in your trading go against you. They are not necessarily things that cause you to lose, but they are things that make it more difficult, more expensive for you to win. Everything above board, nothing really you can do about these other than being aware of these elements and then taking these into account in your trading. Number one, it's the bid-offer spread. Most traders would have come across this. It's simply the fact that the broker will buy from you at a certain price and will sell to you at a different price. They will always buy from you at the lower price and sell to you at the higher price. This is normal of any market. It's one of the ways of how brokers make money. So far, so good. It's just a transactional cost that you have to take into account in your trading. This on paper doesn't look too bad until you start looking at what the numbers look like, especially on highly leveraged accounts. For example, if we look at Forex, where sometimes you can achieve up to 1 to 1,000 leverage, that means even though you've deposited, say, $1,000 in your account, you can control $1 million worth of capital. So you can place much bigger trades than the actual amount of money that you've deposited in your account. So that's a great thing. That is leverage used the right way. Now, the flip side of this, even though you've only put $1,000 in your account, you're paying the bid-ask spread, not on the amount that you deposited, but rather on the amount that you're trading, the $1 million, which means that your bid-ask spread commission in relation to your initial deposit with your broker is going to be very big. It gets worse. We then have commissions on top of this. It doesn't apply so much to Forex. It applies more to shares, to options, to futures. The broker will charge you a bid-ask spread, which is one form of commission, plus most of them will also charge you a fixed dollar commission or fixed plus variable. For example, it could be $4.95 per trade plus 60 cents per contract. So that's an additional commission. Everything is fairly transparent. The broker would have or should have disclosed these commissions to you when you open the account. Things like financing charges is where things start to get really bad. In the sense that, let's say you have a trade open overnight. Let's take the example of a Forex trade. And again, these charges are charges that they will apply to your account, but the details, the calculations, or even their existence is something that they hide wisely, quote unquote, in the terms and conditions. It's not something that they like to tell you, and certainly not in very clear terms, because if you were really to look at how much they're really charging you, you'd be surprised. Let's say that you have a Forex trade open overnight. They are going to charge you a financing charge on that trade. Here's where it gets really nasty. You are depositing your money with the broker. Most brokers will pay you 0 interest. So effectively, you're lending them money for free. They then leverage that money with wholesale banks, with investment banks, with their liquidity providers, so that they can borrow more money. So they leverage the money that you've deposited with them, with the banks, so that they can borrow more money, and with the money that they're borrowing, they are then lending it to you so that you have leverage. So you're lending them money for free, they are then leveraging the money that you've lent them for free to give you leverage, and they're going to charge you interest on that trade. This gets into a very vicious circle. You lend them money for free, they lend that money back to you in a much bigger amount at a much higher interest rate. Crazy? I know. Financing charges are something that is not very transparent, but technically everything is above board. Not much you can do about it.